Hey guys, it's been a while. Stuff happens. Family stuff happens. Existing happens. My bookshelves are different because changing my room around happened. But yeah, I'm back. I've said that the last 3 videos and then like went away for months again. But I'm back. Today I'm going to be talking about the last of the books that I got in 2025, and then my next video will be like a wrap up type / goals video for 2026, so we can get that in there, get started in the new year. Let's go. So yeah, I got 3 things in November, so I'll go through those first, and then the rest of them are like Christmassy presentes. Now all 3 things I got in November were also like technically gifts. I think I had money from my birthday, so I bought these of them. So the first one is Farmhand Volume 2 by Rob Guillory. Rob Guillory is the artist from the Chew series, which is one of my favourite comic series. I had the first volume, I've had it for a few years, but I hadn't got around to getting the next one, so I was like, you know what, I need to get that. This is a series, I think it's like 4 volumes long, and it's about this farm that the things that it's creating there, it's not like fruit or veg or stuff like that, it's body parts that you can put into people. So yes, pretty interesting things going on here. Let's try and, there we go, this is a sort of artwork in here. There we go, that is Rob Guillory's style. And yeah, it's a good time. It's a weird time, just like Chew. The next thing I got was Nailbiter Volume 6, which I'm so glad about. This volume I've been after for so long. Honestly, I think for a while it just stopped getting made for some reason. I don't know why. It was literally just like out of stock everywhere, and then it came back and it was really expensive for some reason, and then I found it. I was going to put it on like my wish list for Christmas. I was like, no, I'm going to buy it now, because I asked my sister to get this for me for my birthday and it was out of stock then as well. So I was like, I am getting this freaking volume of a comic. It's the last volume of Nailbiter until like the little Nailbiter returns a couple of volumes afterwards, but I was like, I need to buy this now because I need to own it. I've been wanting to finish this series for so long. So yeah, in this year I'm definitely going to reread the other 5 volumes and then finally read this last one. This is about a serial killer guy, and then like weird stuff happens. Well, he's a killer, he's not in prison anymore, and he's living in this town, and weird stuff's happening and stuff, and he's sort of getting the blame for it, but maybe it's not him, maybe it is him, who knows. There's like serial killers everywhere. It's a town of weirdness. So yeah, very much looking forward to rereading the series. And then finally, this volume's called The Bloody Truth, and we're going to get to the bloody truth. Thank you very much. Oh, I almost put it down without showing you the art. I'm just going to show you the first page because I don't want any spoilers. Here we go. Oh look, I should have read it in Christmas time because there's a Christmas tree there, but I didn't because I want to reread the rest first. And then the last thing I got in November, I'm pretty sure all 3 of these I actually like bought in October after my birthday. They arrived in November. The last thing is number 6 volume, well not volume, it's the Omnibus 2. So this is volume 4 to 6. This is a series, it's like a dystopian series. It's about this city within these walls and everything's like really good and everything, but like, is it? Because that's how dystopians work. The government, you know what I mean? All that jazz. And then the outside, the people who live outside, they're poor, they don't get treated very well. There's crazy stuff going on. There's these weird insects that burrow into people and make them die of like old age when they're just existing. There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's about 2 main characters, and one of them's from in the city, one of them's from out the city. They meet and then stuff ensues, and I've been really enjoying it so far. So yeah, I think there's 4 omnibuses. So yeah, these were the November things, and then the rest of this stuff is Christmassy stuff. Talking about Christmas, let's get into the one actually Christmassy book that I got, and that is this little fancy volume of The Nutcracker. I'd never read it before. This is a kids thing, but it's also a pop-up book. I got this from one of my friends. She said she wanted to get me a book, but she didn't know what book to get me, so she was like, I'm going to get you something that I know that you definitely would not have, and it's something a little bit random and a bit Christmassy. So yeah, that is what she got me, and I read it. at Christmas time, which is when you're meant to read it. So yes, The Nutcracker pop-up book. Next up I have Gideon Falls. This is by Jeff Lemire, Sorrento and Stewart. I don't know what their full names are, but Jeff Lemire. This is actually a series that I read in 2025. I borrowed the whole series from my library, really enjoyed it. It's a horror, it's weird stuff's happening, and also I really enjoy Jeff Lemire. He wrote Sweet Tooth as well, which is also one of my favourite comics. So I put them on my wish list of stuff to get because I wanted to own this because I really like weird, horror-y, creepery comics. This is a bind up of the first 3, and then there's another one of the bind up of the last 3. So yes, I've already read this, which is good. It's not something that's been put onto my TBR, but I'm very happy that I own it now so I can reread it, because like as I was reading that series, several moments I was literally said oh shit out loud because like stuff was happening and there was twists and turns and it was really good. So obviously I wanted to own it. Oh, I almost just put it down again. Let me show you the art. This one, it's like this. No, it's quite a bit different to the other ones, but the creepy vibe, it works for it. There's also like some spin-offs that set place in the same town, I think, and like this same creepy weird stuff, so I definitely want to get them at some point. But yeah, this is about there's a barn and stuff around the barn is happening, and it's bad stuff, weird stuff's happening, and then like also multi-dimensional perhaps, or like different timelines, weird stuff's happening. It's creepy and it's good. I also have the next 3 volumes of number 6, so this is 7 to 9. This one I got myself with some Christmas money because I want to read this series. It's very good. I've read the other 2 omnibuses, so this is the next one that I need to read, and then I think there's one more that I don't own, and then I will have read the whole series. And I just thought I did not show you this when I was talking about it earlier. It's literally, I mean, it just looks like a manga, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's like that. Get my face out the way, it's like that. Hopefully that wasn't spoilery for me when I edit this video. Next up I have Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. I put this on my list because I finally read the Captive Prince trilogy last year and really enjoyed it. So I put this on my list and I got it. I don't really know what this is about, it's just the same author, so I know obviously it's probably about like a guy that's dark and is rising. I think it's some sort of like prince guy or a dark king, light and dark, all that jazz. This is a series as well. I think the second book's out but not the third, so I might. And also I'm pretty sure I had a look on Goodreads and the third book has been announced for several years but it's not got a release date, so I might like put this off until I know the third book's gonna be coming out at some point. But yeah, I own it now. Hopefully it's good. And then we'll talk about these 2. These are in the same series. So I have God's Grave and Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff. This is the second book. This is the third book, if I'm saying that correctly. I might not be. But yeah, this is the Nevernight series. I finally read Nevernight, the first book, last year. I really enjoyed it. I love the writing style. I love the way it's just so fun to read. I actually highlighted it, and I don't highlight books very often, but some of the sentences I just like, I need to highlight that because it's just so fun but also cool, and also like the similes and metaphors. And also I'm not a massive fan of footnotes, but the footnotes in Nevernight work really well with it because it like actually gives you information that's important but also sideline to the plot, which is what footnotes are meant to be. Whereas in a lot of times when I've read books with footnotes, it just feels like they could have just been in the normal text. So I feel like they've done really well in Nevernight. So yeah, I've got the other 2 books, and I actually bought this series for my dad as well for Christmas. I got 50 pages into Nevernight and I was like, that's what I'm going to get my dad, so I got him the box set. And now I also own all of the books. So yes, definitely going to be reading these 2 this year. I didn't say anything about what this series was about, but I never really do I? It's about a girl and her family gets broken apart for reasons, and then she's training to be like an assassin type of person, and it's really good. So yeah. Next up I have How to Be a Normal Person by TJ Klune. I am so glad I have this book. I read this book years and years and years ago. I think it was the first TJ Klune book I ever read. This is one of his self-published ones before he became like this author that everybody knows. And I absolutely adore this book. I do have it on my Kindle from that time, but I've been wanting to own it for years. It's quite expensive because it's self-published. And I finally own it, so I'm definitely going to reread this book this year because I adore it. It's just really, really good. It's about this one dude. I mean, if you've read a TJ Klune, you know what sort of characters he writes. They're fun, they're a bit grumpy, they're a bit like, you know, it's trying to be normal, but he doesn't know how to be. And this is a little bit of a romance between him and this stoner asexual guy. And it's really, really good. And I really, really want to reread it. And I really, really am going to reread it. In physical book this form. In physical book this form is not how words work. In physical book this time. Yes. I also have The Backstages Volume 2. Again, this is one that the first volume I've owned for years. I read the first volume years ago and then I reread it November or December, I can't remember, but I was like, oh yeah, I probably should get the next volume, so I put it on my list and somebody got it for me, so boom, there we go. And I think this is another series. It's not crazy long, but this is about the stage crew at a theatre, a bit of a school, and then in the backstage area there's just like this other world and like loads of weird shit happens there, but it's also like fun and silly rather than like horror weird shit, even though stuff happens. But yes, let's get the old pictorials out. This is the sort of artwork, as you can tell just by looking at it, you can tell that it's a bit more of a fun one rather than a serious one. All the serious stuff does happen, but yes, fun times. Next up I have I'm Glad My Mum Died by Jennette McCurdy. This one is one that I got myself with some Christmas money. It's a non-fiction book that I've been really interested in reading ever since I heard that it existed. I've never watched whatever she was in. She was in some sort of TV show, but I can't remember what it is. A kids one. What was it? iCarly and Sam and Cat. Never watched either of those. It was not my vibe. But yeah, I've heard stuff about this book. Obviously, as the title suggests, probably didn't have the best relationship with her mum. It's going to be talking about the dark side of this whole industry and probably pushy parents. But yeah, I've heard bits and pieces about this book and I just feel like it's going to be a really good non-fiction book, so that is why I got it. Definitely going to be reading this at some point soon because I feel like it's just going to be really good. So yeah. And then the last two things I have are quite chunky, so I'm going to pick them up one by one, but they do correlate together. So first of all, I have Critical Role, The Mighty Nein Origins. This is the comics, the first 4 comics origins of Jester, Yasha, Caleb and Nott. Basically, Critical Role, if you don't know, is a D&D campaign that is online and really good. And Mighty Nein is campaign 2. These are some of the characters from it, and this is just comics about their origins. So, like normal comics. I don't know if the art's going to be different in these, if they're by different people, so I can't really show you that properly. But yes, very much looking forward to reading this. I think it's just going to be really fun because I absolutely adore these characters. Yeah, if you've got a million bajillion hours, go watch The Mighty Nein actual play. They're like each episode is like 3 to 5 hours long and there's like 140 of them, but if you don't have that much time, they have a Amazon cartoon about this now. First series is out, first season series. I really need to finish it actually. I've only watched like the first 4 episodes, but it's really fun. So yeah. And then in the same vein, this is Critical Role, The Chronicles of Exandria. So it is the same characters, but this is, it's mostly an art book. There is like little bits and pieces here and there about each character, like 1 page each, but it is literally just a book full of artwork of the characters. I already, like on Christmas, as soon as I got this, I looked through every single page, so I have seen all the artwork. I just need to read the pages. But yeah, it's just really good. So there we go, that is the last thing on this video. So yeah, let me know down below anything you got for Christmas, if you read any of these, which ones do you think I should prioritise. Say any words down there in it, that's what it's there for. Do that if you want. Subscribe if you want, like if you want, do anything if you want. And I'll be back in a few days with my wrap up / goals video. So yeah, see you then, maybe, perhaps, who knows. Bye.